CFQC, Saskatoon Television, Channel 8, Cable 9.
Turn us on, turn it off, CFQC, we're tuned into you.
The National Library of Canada is a treasure house of Canadian culture, and it's all here for you. Yeah, I like that. Hello? Hi, how are you? Your timing's perfect. I just polished off the National Library of Canada script. Yeah, the one that talks about their national services, their history, and how the library preserves Canada's published heritage. That's for sure. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with this one. Yes, I'm confident. Tonight? Sure, let's celebrate. Just let me, Oh, no!
Mark, what happened, Mark?
I didn't say.
Okay, calm down. Calm down. Back to the beginning.
Libraries. They preserve our past for future generations. Their shelves hold memories, interpretations, creations, inspirations. It's information that opens up new worlds to Canadians of all ages, from all walks of life. The needs of library users are varied and diverse, ranging from serious research to light reading. The National Library of Canada ensures that libraries across the country can meet these needs. Is the National Library of Canada, located in Ottawa. This is more than just a building, more than just a library. This is Canada, a time capsule of Canadian literature, history, music, and art, words, sounds, and symbols that define our heritage and our culture, concepts that have shaped our nation. To collect, preserve, and promote our country's published heritage is the responsibility of the National Library of Canada. Within these walls are over 12 million books, manuscripts, sheet music, periodicals, theses, cassettes, and microfiche, occupying 160 kilometers of steel shelving. Here you'll find the most extensive collection of Canadian children's literature, as well as the earliest Canadian sound recordings.
Wait a minute, I'm spending too much time on our host here. How did I have it before? Oh, yes, it's time to introduce Addie in Pubnico, Nova Scotia. The video cuts to a sophisticated woman entering the library. She moves with purpose and direction. Her name is Adeline LeBlanc. Addie to her friends. She approaches the librarian. Addie tosses her blonde hair to one side and says, "Good afternoon. I hope you can help me. I'm doing some comparative research on..."
Irish immigrant women. I'm comparing their roles in the 19th century in Canada and the United States.
Yes?
I found some material here, but not as much as I'd hoped for. Could you help me track down some more information?
I think I can.
Is it possible to borrow from other libraries?
Sure. The plot thickens. Now, back to our homeplate.
Because the National Library has a particular responsibility to support Canadian studies, requests for Canadian material receive special attention. Since its founding, the library has produced Canadiana, a national bibliography. Canadiana documents our published heritage with entries as early as the mid-1700s. It makes the National Library's collection known and available to present and future Canadians. Canadiana lists the wide variety of publications produced in Canada, works written by Canadians, published abroad, and foreign publications of special significance to Canada. Canadiana also includes ISBNs and ISSNs, numbering systems which provide each publication with its own unique number. This allows book dealers, publishers, and librarians to easily identify a particular work. For easy access, publications for children are distinctly identified. Canadiana records are available online on the National Library's database, and in print, microfiche, magnetic tape, and CD-ROM. Canadiana is an invaluable guide for reference and research, for verifying bibliographic information, for cataloging copy, and for acquiring Canadian publications.
To feed the brain. What have I forgotten? Oh no, what a time for writer's block. You know how you get rid of writer's block? Get writer's cramp. Get a grip, boy, get a grip.
Now I remember. I have to explain how the library gets its books. They don't just fall out of trees.
The National Library receives books through legal deposit. Legal deposit ensures that Canadian publishers send 2 copies of every work distributed in Canada to the National Library. 1 copy is available to the public, and the other is preserved for future generations. But the National Library can't depend on legal deposit alone. Since legal deposit wasn't introduced until 1953, the library must purchase works published before that date. And because legal deposit applies only to Canadian publishers, the library must purchase foreign publications of books by Canadian writers, as well as foreign works about Canada. These materials are all an essential part of Canada's published heritage. The library also receives publications from federal and provincial government departments, agencies, and private donors. Their generosity helps complete the Canadiana collection. The National Library even knows about books before they're published. The Cataloging and Publication Program is one of the library's most successful cooperative endeavors. This program gives libraries across the country valuable information about new and forthcoming publications. Information is supplied to the National Library from over 1,000 publishers who work in partnership with selected agent libraries across Canada. Not only does the library store and lend books, it's also a substantial publisher of books, catalogs, posters, and numerous pamphlets. With this wealth of Canadiana on its shelves, the National Library enjoys nothing more than sharing it through various exhibitions. Readings, concerts, and special events also help promote the library's collection.
I'm afraid this young upstart has left himself with rather a difficult putt. 18 feet to the hole, breaking slightly to the left. Gale force winds. He lines it up. Growl beats the crowd into silence. He swings, and yes, it's a beautiful jump. What am I doing? I've only got 2 hours to get this finished. And I still have to talk about the interlibrary loan service, get out of your materials, write the big finale, and I can't forget the multilingual biblio service and the Canadian Book Exchange Center.
If a library can't provide a particular request, it's easy to discover who can through the National Library's Location and Interlibrary Loan Service. This service provides location information so that loans or copies of requests are first obtained from libraries in the immediate area. And if they don't have it, the service searches for holdings across Canada through the Union Catalog. And then finally provides materials from the National Library's collection. At both the national and international levels, the National Library is committed to its leadership role in interlibrary networking. Not only does it share resources, but continues to apply new and better technologies for libraries to communicate with each other. And to communicate with Canada's multilingual culture, the National Library provides reading material and books on cassette in over 30 languages through its multilingual biblio service.
Oh, here, Elvis, not the keyboard. You can play with the mouse. Play with the mouse. Excuse me, Elvis. There you go. Now for the grand finale. Back in 1883, Sir John A. Macdonald said, "Oh, I think Canada should have a national library."
And over 7 years later, his dream came true. Today, the demand for new libraries and library services has increased enormously in volume and complexity. It's becoming more and more important that libraries share what resources they have. Resource sharing involves not only material, but the sharing of information, experience, and expertise. Serving our users the best way we possibly can is the goal of all our libraries.
Thank you. You've been a great help.
Supporting our libraries, new and old, is this fine Canadian institution, the National Library of Canada, a treasure house of Canadian culture, and it's all here for you.
I don't believe it. It's done. Again. I gotta shave. Save.